Hello, I'm Mohammad Hanif. We are here today to attend the summit related to supply chain organized by terrorists under the umbrella of Supply Chain Association of Pakistan. We have with us Dr. John, a highly recognized professional, and we can call it in our language guru in supply chain management, and he is imparting that knowledge of SCORE model, SNOP, and risk in supply chain management not only in Asia Pacific, to greater extent in China, Europe, and other parts. His company's headquarters is located in Singapore, but he has a network of clusters of companies to control Europe, China, and Asia Pacific division. We welcome him, Dr. John, for coming to Pakistan, and I understand this is your second visit.
With Terabis, yes. It's my second visit. My first visit in Pakistan was in 2002 with Pakistan Tobacco Company.
How did you find the atmosphere over here in Pakistan related to such a good profession like supply chain?
Well, the country himself have a challenge the way that is defined because it's quite long. If you see Karachi to Islamabad and to the frontier with Afghanistan or if with China or in India, it's quite long. So then you need to distribute the product if you have a national coverage. You cannot just leave focus on the south of the country or in the middle of the country. You need to be everywhere as a businessman. So this creates a challenge, the way that the country configuration.
You met with various corporates, managers, seniors, directors, and I understand that you have also organized a couple of programs in-house with some of the big corporate houses in Pakistan. How you compare Pakistani corporates with the corporates in China and other part of the world?
For the moment, I think Pakistan still have to catch up. This is what I will say. The people are highly skilled and focused. This is what I can say. So therefore the potential is there. It just need to be developed and enhanced, and I think this is the work that you guys are doing through the Supply Chain Association and Logistics of Pakistan now. Organizing conferences, bringing people together, giving training, putting the curriculum to the university, and then companies start to understand that one of the differentiation factor will be a proper professional supply chain organization and implementation of the best practices in their organization.
Since you have visited in this country for 3 times, you have already mentioned for certain professional engagement in conducting the workshop, conducting the summits, creating an awareness among the people in Pakistan that supply chain is now regarded as an alternate advantage to have a market share with the right product, right time, right place, right pricing. What do you think that the level of professionalism you have noticed in this country, because you met with many people?
I won an award with Pakistan Tobacco Company. What is a worldwide award in 2005 for supply chain excellence. So my relationship with my friends Pakistanis is quite special. We have highland of expertise in the country. This is what I will say. We have some companies who are too advanced. They don't need to be frustrated or to be shamed compared to what is happening in some other area. And then in the other extreme part, we have some people who are still in the earlier stage of embracing. But I think what we have in the association to do is to try to close the gap, to make sure that we have a majority of a company in the middle, to support the advanced one. In any economy, you always have the top flyers, what we call best-in-class company in benchmarking language. But what I can say in Pakistan, the gap is too wide between the best-in-class company and then the earliest laggers that are coming now, embracing just supply chain now. And an association, I think we need to make sure that we close the gap. But you find everything here. You have very good company here, and they're exporting the quality product. But as we can say, as an economy, we need more and more of those companies.
Yes.
So what means that we have to pull all those small companies we was talking about, from small company to medium-sized company, from medium-sized company to big corporation. This should be the strategy of the association.
If some company want to implement this core model as one of their enterprising support over and above the enterprise model they have in ERP, how you will start in this company? What you will suggest from where the company should go?
Okay, what we do, because the module is quite structured, we do the first assessment of the organization to understand where they stand. And then we will go with the company management to what we call the to-be design. So to design their future supply chain. And also what forced the management to tell us what are the objectives? Where do they want to head? You know, is it just cost reduction? Is it just customer market share they want to get? Is it just asset utilization inside the company? What is their strategy? Where do they want to head? So from there, then we will design a new supply chain and make sure that we start to implement it piece by piece. Okay, this is what we advise company to do.
What do you suggest to Pakistani entrepreneur if they have a supply chain management in place in this organization, where they can keep that department in directly reporting to the board of director, or should be responsible for some operation or finance or any other department?
We follow something we call the maturity model.
Maturity model.
The maturity model addresses the integration of the suppliers, the integration of the customer, but also the integration of the department inside the organization. So there are some stages. Based on those stages of integration inside the company, we will suggest a type of supply chain organization that you should have. But also be the size of the company. If you are a billion or multi-billion dollar company, okay, you have a VP, senior VP type of organization, you have the directors, you have the managers, the department managers, you have team managers and so on. So you follow different type of granularity. Of course, then you will have a VP of supply chain that is equivalent of VP of sourcing. But if you are in a small and medium enterprise, you probably don't need that.
Yeah.
And or a simple director of supply chain or a supply chain manager who is looking at the activities or the processes that you have defined in the scope of your supply chain will be enough.
Most of the advanced countries of the world are looking for very good business process outsource sites. We have India, we have China. What potential you see in Pakistan that some of the foreign companies of Europe and America can source the product from Pakistan, and even about the system as well?
Well, the potential is there. What I was saying, I have been working with my colleague Pakistanis since I was in the university, actually in the US. I was connected with Pakistanis friends. They are very clever people compared to what we can find as average in Asia Pacific or in Southeast Asia. Some of them have a very strong mathematical skill, what allowed them to be very open in terms of analysis. It prepared them to understand some of the challenges we have in supply chain, especially if we want to do things like optimization, system integrations, and so on. But it's a matter of leadership. The potential is there. If we are making business process outsourcing in India, Pakistan's business community know that they can tap on this one. Okay? But what is the strategy? It means that we have to come out with a strategy in terms of infrastructure, in terms of legals, rules, how we can attract those people who want to outsource and show them that we have people who are trained. You know, the paradox of Pakistan, you know, is a country with atomic bomb. You know, it means that you are a major country if we talk about in terms of technology scale. All right? Then all this know-how, now we have to show to the people that, okay, in terms of defense, we get one of the advanced weapon system, but we also have that capability that we can put in terms of industry. And then we can support you in pharmaceutical, we can support you in IT, developing software, then we can share the market with India. Then it is to, you know, the business community in Pakistan to give to the signal to the rest of the world that now we are open and our country is open to support you. We are open to do business with you. Okay? And I think this is what is missing. It's not the people. There's 120 million,
170 million.
170 million inhabitants in Pakistan.
Yes.
Okay, sometimes people forget that. Okay, it's not 1 billion like India, but 170 million people in the country is a major country in terms of population. There is an internal market. And then what we was thinking about the small and medium enterprise in Pakistan, if you can address the issues to supply the local market, then the growth of those companies will come from the external market. So they have to make sure that they have a world-class supply chain, they are world-class suppliers, then they can be linked to the world economy, and then they can benefit from it. You know, I think the question and the answer are inside here. Okay? The rest of the world is looking and asking you, what can you offer? And then if you say what you can offer, and I think people will rush to come here. We have some basic things that we need to do internally, but the potential is there.
John, there are many students in Pakistan doing their MBAs, doing their graduations. They wanted to know that how they can qualify themselves, through which degree, through which certification, or through which course they can carry to classify themselves as a supply chain professional.
Okay, we have many associations. But the association that I represent, the Supply Chain Council, we came out with a certification program.
Yes.
We have a certification program called S-Scholar.
Yes.
That we can propose to most of the schools, universities, business schools, engineering schools who want to embrace supply chain, who have supply chain curriculum in their program. We have it for scholars, but we also have it for professionals. And I know the CSMP also have a similar program. EPICS have a similar program in terms of certification. So there's many certification program now in the market that I think we can bring in Pakistan.
If somebody do MBA from a good university, and if he do the certification from what you have defined, do you think that is sufficient enough for a person to have a reasonable exposure to work either as a consultant or work as a teacher or seriously join as an academia in this country?
I think yes, because those certification means that you have been exposed or to the methodology, or to the philosophy, or to the thinking that we have. Now the people with the certificate still have to prove what is their operational capability when they are inside the organization, or to integrate the organization and to meet the objective that will be set to them. But with those accreditation, it means that, well, if you are exposed to SCORE, it means you know the fundamental. Okay, it means that you can apply SCORE in Pakistan or externally.
John, there is one more question. You know, this certification course for a SCORE model is very expensive in terms of a US dollar. What facility or what you can communicate to them, because you visit over here, you have seen there is a market, you see there is an urge in the youngsters community to learn. What you can suggest to them instead of going there on the web, or you can do on e-site, if they can have something available in Pakistan, even you can open the private limited, wholly owned private limited company of your organization in Pakistan and work on that side.
I propose to the Supply Chain and Logistics Association of Pakistan so that we can create the certification. And then I encourage them to join the Supply Chain Council. The membership costs $300 US,
yes,
what is not so bad. What will give us the possibility to make a local certification. But when I say local certification, it means that we are able to organize the examination. People don't have to travel to go to Dubai or to Singapore or somewhere else. We can do it in Karachi, we can do it in Lahore, we can do it in Islamabad, and the certificate is recognized worldwide. Why? Because the examination is the same globally. Okay, and the corrections of the examination is going to take place in the US by an independent organization, and people will get notification that they are certified. So we have the integrity there. It's only for us now as a local association to make this. It's not a matter of price for me.
John, thank you very much for visiting Pakistan, because you are now one of the loving professors for most of the youngsters in this country. Can you just tell me, in near future, you are also planning to come in Pakistan?
Well, I'm always in Pakistan. And my next visit, if my friends call me, I come. You know, I'm busy. When I come to Pakistan, I'm not making money. It's not for money, because I have friends here. We have commitment. I think people have to understand this. Value is not only money. It's friends. I'm happy to see you. When people see me here, they're happy to see me, and they see that I'm back again, even in the hotel. The guys here. This you cannot buy it. Yes. So I feel being home. So I have my friend. When you call me, I will always be ready to support.
Thank you very much, John. Despite your pre-engagement, you have given us a time, because this will go live soon. And most of our people who are at home and inspiring to become supply chain professional, they have a first-hand opportunity of listening to you, and hope in future we will do some conferencing with you.
I will tell them there is a shortage of professionals in supply chain management, not only in Pakistan, in China, in Southeast Asia, in America, in Europe. There is a shortage of professionals in supply chain management. So those young guys who are serious, and then they follow this discipline, they are sure that we get a job. If they don't get it inside Pakistan, they are highly demanding outside the country.